students on the call tonight that have participated in this convention before, and we would love to hear everything that you have to say about your experiences and your successes and the excitement that you had. So welcome, please, everyone, put your name and where you're calling from in the chat. We want to make sure that we know who you are and get to know you and get to know your ideas. So please, we might ask this every single time, but we really just want to foster the ability to communicate both verbally and non-verbally, because communication is pretty much a gigantic part of this process. So Teen Innovators, I'm a high school teacher, and the main reason that I became involved is because part of my passion is to amplify young voices. And when I see older teens amplifying the young voices of younger teens of the future of tomorrow, it's so incredibly inspiring and gratifying. And this partnership that we have with the Chicago Student Invention Convention is really cultivating that, with just a lot of smart minds coming together and talking about these ideas. And we're excited about everything that you have to bring forward. So we're going to go over some important dates and give you opportunity to ask questions. Ultimately, what we hope that this process helps the student involved to do is to learn valuable skills that will take you into your future, that will propel you forward toward success. And that includes problem solving, concept development, testing, prototype creation, pitching, and presenting. So ultimately, you're going to verbally present your ideas, and we want to help you do that and have these older teens mentoring you to get you to the level of confidence that is going to make you feel great and become very successful. So before we go over the important dates and I introduce one of our expert mentors, Nancy Gold, we'd like to share with you a video of last year's winner and what that looks like, because last year's convention, of course, had to be virtual, just like this year. And things are ever changing, as we all have experienced during this year, and just kind of adapting to this new way of communicating and expressing our ideas. I'd like to introduce Nancy Gold, who is one of our expert mentors, and she has gone through the training with the Chicago Student Invention Convention. So she knows all the ins and outs. She knows when the changes are taking place. She's in contact with all the higher ups that have all the details as well. So she's going to go over some important dates that pertain to what we're doing with Teen Innovators. Nancy, when you're ready.
Okay, Kate, thank you so much. Yes, we're starting today with our orientation with students as well. And then we'll be meeting every Tuesday and Thursday starting on April 1st. And we hope to make everything fun and flexible to meet your schedules, as well as meeting all of the requirements of what we need to do for the projects. The key is what Kate said earlier. We're starting with identifying a problem and how to go about solving it. So again, each Tuesday and Thursday, we'll have a session. We'll have one session, and then we'll review it on the next session to be able to go through what's there. For instance, when we start out on the 1st of April, we'll go over some of the information that you'll need in order to identify the problems and be able to solve the problems. And these will be group sessions, which will meet at 5:30 and run for 45 minutes. At the end, we'll be looking to select 12 projects. The types of information that you're going to be getting and learning, and I'm very excited about what we're going to be learning, is problem solving. We're also going to be looking at how to do research, how to identify what needs to be done. We'll also have a session on how to do presentations, and not only presentations, but communication. As you can see on what just came up there in our group session, what is an invention? And how to come up with the idea, and how we start with what is a problem and how are we going to resolve the problem. And also thinking outside the box, how we'll actually look at how to do research to get that done. And we'll be able to review those types of items and look at the research, and also how to design a prototype and identifying what's required for a prototype, what it is, and answer any questions you may have during those sessions. We'll also be testing and reviewing those prototypes. And also testing and communication and presentation skills will also be offered during these various group sessions. If you're looking for some other identification in terms of some one-on-one with some of our peer mentors, then that also is available. And I believe, Christine, you'll be talking about that, or Kate, about our peer mentors and what they're able to offer as well. Again, I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. and hosting all of these sessions. We will have some videos. So the video you already saw, we'll have videos with regard to journaling. We'll have videos with regard to presentation skills. Also, make sure, as it says up there, and again, some of you have already attended this particular convention in the past. This year it's all virtual, but if you'd like to share something, I'm sure Kate will recognize you and you can tell the rest of us about your experiences. Okay, Kate?
There are a few on the call that I've had conversations with before, and we would love to hear from you. I believe a few of the girls on the call, you were partners last year, right? So do you want to go ahead and tell us about the idea that you came up with, how you came up with it, and your process?
Sure, Vera, is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, do you want to start because it was kind of like you had the problem?
Yeah, so in school, I had sprained my ankle, so I was on crutches, and in the process, I was thinking about how I couldn't carry my things, and I couldn't hold any of my things. My friends would be the ones who would end up holding everything. And then one day I needed to carry around my water bottle for something, and then we came up with the idea of just tying a bag to the crutches. And then from that the idea just kept getting bigger by adding a holder to the crutches, a water bottle holder that Violet made, and other things.
And we got to nationals. And we did really well because through the entire experience, we were kind of like put down for it. We were kind of discouraged, but by our classmates because they were like, it's just a waste of time. But then once we finally got to it, we were the only ones in our school who got to it, to nationals. And then they were all like, this is awesome. And then they were all cheering us on, and that really made me want to do it again. So I'm here now wanting to do it again.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I love that you were able to prove those punks wrong who said that it was a waste of time and you got to go so far. That's super gratifying. It's like, yes, got you. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. I think that's such a wonderful idea. And I'm sure a lot of people who are in that same situation with compromised, physical ability would really appreciate the idea as well. So way to go. We are going to show another video now. We might not watch the whole thing, but ultimately it goes through the pitch video guidelines. And we're going to go through this in detail as we move forward, because obviously with COVID, some of the parameters of the competition are different, and we want to make sure that everybody is prepared for that. And since last year's convention, they've learned so much more about what can and cannot be done, virtually. So we're going to watch a little bit of that. So as we inch closer to the end of our session this evening, think about what questions that you have. If you want to throw any in the chat or unmute yourself and verbally ask, by all means. And if we don't know the answer today, we will get you the answer, absolutely. So I'm going to share my screen again.
So how will your student make their pitch video, and what is required? First of all, the length of the pitch video varies by grade level. If your student is in grades kindergarten through second grade, the video requirements are 3 to 6 minutes. These students are permitted to use note cards and/or simple parent prompting. This does not mean that parents ask the question and the student responds with the answer, but rather the student has prepared a presentation, and if they get stuck or if they forget what's next, the parent can prompt them about the next part of their presentation.
I'm going to pause real quick and just point out what sort of service we really are offering through Teen Innovators. So obviously we want to be here to help you ideate and create and come up with ideas and guide you through the process. But ultimately what our peer mentors are incredibly talented at is speaking. and giving that pitch and being persuasive and showing, that enthusiasm that makes you a very engaging presenter. And I'm a high school teacher, and I'm literally teaching persuasion right now to my sophomores. And everyone on this call who's interested in this is younger than a sophomore. So you're going to be gaining these skills at a much earlier age. And obviously the 3 young women who are here with this experience, you had the experience of presenting at nationals last year. And we of course want to help cultivate that and really give you the confidence, because like you were mentioning how you had that discouragement from your peers saying like, oh, why are you doing this? Well, wow them with a really amazing video and you'll surely show them. So just wanted to point that out. They're talking about how you can't have any of that prompting. We're going to prepare you so that you're not even going to worry about that prompting because you will be so practiced.
For grades 3 through 4 and also 5 through 8, the time limit is 4 to 6 minute videos. For the middle grade block, 3 through 4, these students are permitted use of note cards, but there is no parent or adult prompting allowed. For grades 5 through 8, there is no use of note cards permitted, as well as no adult prompting. Note card restrictions also apply to reading from a script on the screen. So if you are restricted from using note cards, you are also restricted from having your speech or script written on the screen and reading from that verbatim. There should be no editing or production on these videos, meaning there's no effects, there's no transitions, music, cuts, or editing. The video should run continuously. So from start to finish, if the student is pausing to pick up their prototype, if they are thinking of the next thing to say, we want to see all of that. So send us your best take, but please only have one take throughout the video. When you're filming on a smartphone, please hold the phone horizontally or landscape. What are the judges looking for? In order to know that, you'll have to read the rubric. The rubric contains information about what judges will score when they watch your video or read your log.
So when it comes to the rubric, this is something that we have access to, and we will definitely walk everybody through it as we go on to our future sessions, just so that you can we don't want to overwhelm you with too much information tonight. So we will prepare you so that you're not missing some category on the rubric or some criterion. And then this next question that comes up, what if I worked as a team? That's also something you want to consider. Maybe if these lovely girls on the call tonight want to work together, maybe they want to try it individually. I'm not sure what your plans are, but even still, as we go through our sessions, they will be group sessions. And if you want to meet someone new, we can work out that we pair you up. Obviously, we'll need some parental help with that to make sure that everybody is able to meet, because you won't necessarily meet with the teen innovators every single time. And then, of course, if you wanted some individual attention from our peer mentors, you just would need to sign up for those sessions via our website. So I'm going to just switch back to our slideshow. And I'm monitoring the chat to see if there's any questions as we continue on. I'm not at school and I'm used to having my second screen now, but now that I have one screen, it's like I'm spoiled. Okay, so Nancy was just leaving off here. Tell your friends, do you want to do a project solo? Do you want to work as a team? And we will send an email follow up with all the information presented tonight. Christine is also on the call. She is the founder of Teen Innovators, and she is going to go over some of the awards that are associated with the competition.
Yeah, number one, thank you for bringing all of your incredible ideas to us. We just can't wait to foster them and bring them to life. So good news, we all love to work towards something. So not only is this going to be a fun, collaborative process, but it is also going to be a chance to win stuff. So there are some sponsors through the Chicago Student Invention Convention, And Thompson Colburn is a law firm that is going to help a student potentially file a patent, non-provisional patent. That's exciting. MHub is a local organization in town that can do a prototype if you have a physical product. And it is a space in town where a lot of startups go to collaborate and launch a business if they have a physical product. It's very cool. Molex is another sponsor of the Chicago Student Invention Convention, and they're going to allow you to meet with their industry experts, potentially tour their facilities, maybe virtually. So lots of fun stuff. And then there's also like free classes and free other stuff that they're giving away to the winners at the end. So fun things to look forward to. But really tonight is an overview, and it's to set expectations that this entire process is to be fun for the parents and the students. We don't want to put too much pressure on you. We do have 8 sessions set aside in April. And if you don't feel like you can go to all of those, what we're really doing is, those sessions are, we're gonna hit the material real hard on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we're gonna recap what we just learned on Tuesday, and we're going to try to dial down into answering your individual questions. Teen Innovators is committed to offering these 8 free group sessions. We will try our best to break everyone out and answer and give you as much individualized support, but we are expecting 30-ish students to be attending these different sessions. So if you want to jumpstart the process, and if you want to look for more individualized one-on-one coaching, then we really want to start with you. If these sessions don't meet your schedule, let us help customize a plan for you. Our peer mentors are amazing, absolutely amazing. And I got to tell you, from what I've heard and experience, is the young students probably
I think Christine just froze, classic this year. But basically what she was going over were some of our peer mentors have been trained for this Chicago Student. Oh, Christine, you're back. You froze for a minute there.
Oh, okay. I was just saying that it's really fun to, connect with someone who's just walked in your shoes, who's going to share their passions and their successes and their failures. And it's real fun to connect with someone who really wants to hear about your ideas and can help you. So we actually have several of our peer mentors that are trained and very familiar with the Chicago Student Invention Convention program. And in the chat, I'm going to actually send you a link to book a calendar, book something on my calendar. And so if you want to follow up with me and we can connect kind of one-on-one and talk about your situation, we would absolutely love to customize a program with you. So fun things should happen. So really at the end of this session, I want you to think through, do you want to start thinking through, do you want to do a project on your own, or do you want to pair up with someone? If you want to pair up with someone, then we're gonna realize who wants to pair up with others. We're going to try to pair you up based on your ages. Parents, we are going to ask you to, with your help, to assist in those group settings that facilitate engagement between those group settings. Or if you would want to just put that back on us, we're happy to pair you up with one of our mentors that can help facilitate with those group settings. And then look out for our email follow-up. Do we have any questions? All right. Well, we would love to hear from you. We would love to know if you have an idea, or if you want to just come to us with a clean slate and help us prepare you with an idea. The very next session, which is Thursday, April 1st, Miss Nancy is really going to go through how to come up, what is an invention?
Yes, it should be very exciting as far as invention. It looks like Christina froze again. So that is what we're going to go over, and I'm
Mel?
looking forward to meeting everyone. Okay, I thought I heard Christine.
Yeah, sorry, my internet is unstable. I think we have too many people pulling on our internet.
Oh, no.
Isn't that this is what happens in the Zoom error? Ah.
Okay. But
But yes,
it should be fun on the first, and talking about ideas, talking about an invention, talking about what we can do and what we'll be doing going forward. So it should be very exciting. You're the leaders of tomorrow, and we want to do everything we can to make sure that everything works out great and that hopefully we'll have a winner in our crowd.
before we leave, does anyone know if you definitely want to work on your own or definitely want to kind of join another group? Okay,